Okay, so I needed to get this video done. This is actually just training about convention, and sorry I look so scary. I just want to get it done, and I'm so sorry that it's taken me so long. Things have been insane, which I know you guys know. So I'm just going to jump into it, and let me just tell you that convention was huge for me. It completely changed what I thought about Plexus. Not only did I love Plexus before, but I love it even more now. This is something that I will do forever because it's just so, um, I guess you can say easy in a sense where you can just do the nooks and crannies of your day. And then it has helped so many people already that it's just like amazing to me. And it's not only helped other people, but it's like physically helped me individually. Um, Physically and financially. So it's just been great. So I'm just going to jump into this is the training that I went to at the Gold training. And so some of you guys may be beginners, but this is okay. This can apply to anyone. Once you start getting people underneath you, these are things that you should be doing. And so I know some of you guys are also super, super close to being Gold, and that's great. I'm super excited for you. And so I'm just going to go over some of the things. The first thing we're going to talk about is about when somebody joins your team. An important thing to do, and this is not only just in your first level or in your other levels down, you need to send a welcome email. And there is like some generic welcome emails that you can find like in the Success Kit. And if you don't have access to the Success Kit, comment below and I can give you guys access to it. A lot of them are in the Wellness Warriors in their files, and they have some templates that you can send. It's kind of just giving information about like our team page, you know, because we can do the Mighty Motivators that I started is really just for people that are interested in the business and want training that way. You know, you can invite, you just tell them about all the teams and like all the group pages and like the Plexus learning tools and talk about a little bit about the Success Kit. You don't have to go into detail, but that's just like a quick overview email just to kind of touch bases. And this is going to be great if you should have different ones from your level ones than your level like 3 or 4, whatever, you know, 2, 3, 4 down. If the person that it had someone join is not doing the business, then yes, you can send kind of them the same email. But if they're just people that are like just people that are like 2, 3s that have uplines that are actually doing the business, you can just strictly just like introduce yourself and say, hey, this is who I am. And I'm currently not doing this, and this is something that I'm going to be working on to people. And I probably will only do it, you know, 7 levels down. Well, I'll just kind of introduce myself. And it'll be kind of like a generic email that I'll just send to all of them when someone joins. So the next thing is, and if you are not doing this, this is going to be super, super important, and it's going to be a game changer for you in your business. And it is 3-way calls. So, and it's fine, like, if you're not doing them, but let me explain why they're so important. So, it's great to like be able to be knowledgeable enough to not need like a 3-way call, but the reason why they're important is because it gives sometimes Plexus is like you're the only access or like influence or just like the only line to Plexus that this, like if you had someone join or a customer or whatever, you're their only connection to Plexus. And so sometimes they don't know anybody else that's doing Plexus. And not that it's bad, but sometimes it's when you have more people or they meet somebody else that's doing Plexus, it's kind of a reassurance that this is like for real. And we all have this belief already because we've used the products, but sometimes people don't have that. And so that's why 3-way calls are going to be huge. So 3-way calls with just potential customers, that's great too. And if your upline is, you know, if they're doing it great, I'm available to do 3-way calls. I'm home most of the day, so you know, you can use me for that resource too. And even people that are 6, 7 levels down, that's totally fine. Don't feel like you're bugging me. I'm very capable of helping you with this. And I know you guys may see that I may be going with some family issues, but seriously, don't hesitate to call me. Or even just send me a message. And if I can't do it, then I'll find someone to do it for you. So 3-way calls also as far as doing a welcome call. So if you aren't doing a welcome call with every single ambassador, whether they want to do the business or not, then there's going to be your biggest issue. It's super, super critical that you do this. And if you've ever heard Whitney or anything, and you learn about the Plexus business or anything, she will tell you that it's been a game changer in her business. Now, she is Sapphire, and she's only been in the business, coming this next January will be 2 years. She went Sapphire like super, super quick, and in a little over a year. That's crazy. I'm coming up on my year in October. And so you could just see kind of her, like, she's just super fast. And she said that her 3-way calls, and they actually talked about this at the gold training, so it just kind of reassures that this is going to be something super important. So 3-way calls with your upline. And in this call, what they're going to talk about is like kind of what your goals are. And once you find out what their goals are in the 3-way call, and here's the thing. So as far as these 3-way calls, I know you guys may be like doing them there yourself, but again, it's the same principle of having another Plexus person in it. It's going to be huge finding someone else that can help with those, and I can help with those in any way. But in this 3-way calls, you're going to find out like what their goals are with Plexus, whether it's to, just the products. If it's just the products, that's okay. Explain to them exactly how to take their products and what to expect. It's super essential to go off die-off. If you don't give people any information about die-off, they are going to quit, because die-off can be super hard for people, and if they can't troubleshoot that or work through it, they will quit Plexus and they won't know the true benefits of the products. Once you find out their goals, like here's another big issue that I've learned. And some people feel like they're scared to introduce the business. Now, here's the thing. I totally get what you're saying, because I was just like that. I was so scared to do 3-way calls because I was scared that they were going to tell about the business, because I did not want to sound salesy, and I didn't want people to sell if they didn't want to sell. Here's the thing. If they don't know that they can make money off their own products, how are they ever going to learn if they want to do the business? I'm prime example. I never wanted to do the business. Now, learning that how easy it is and how many people I can help, it has completely changed my perspective. And so a lot of people you'll see will be like that. They'll say, I want to see if this works for me. But if they don't know that all they have to do is tell their friends and family about it, or you can tell them, when you're ready to really learn how to do this business, or if you want to learn just how to make enough to cover your cost of your products, which I have to tell you is super simple to do your very first month, they're not going to know that it's even an option. So that's something that your upline should be bringing up in 3-way calls. If they're not bringing up in 3-way calls, that is a huge, huge problem. Now, you don't have to go into detail and if they're not interested, but they need to understand that it is potential. So the biggest thing they talk about is your why in the 3-way calls. You really need to understand what their why is so they can get all the information that they need. And then once you find out their why, like I said, you need to figure out where to go with it, the 3-way call, whether they want the business or they not, and go over the actual things to do in order to be successful with Plexus. It's amazing how many resources we have. It's great. So it's important to be specific and detailed, they say. Like I said, if you don't find out exactly what they want with Plexus, and if you don't give them all the information that they need, they can't make an educated decision on what they want to do. So a lot of times people don't know what they want until they actually hear it. So now next thing, if you want to be successful in Plexus and your next goal is to be gold, an important thing is to have daily, weekly, and monthly goals, okay? The biggest thing that they talk about is income producing activity. And so they have this number called 531, and 531 is 5 people you introduce either the business or the products to. You follow up with 3 people, and you connect with one of your ambassadors. That is income producing activities. And those are activities you should be doing every single day. They don't take that long. Really, I can get them done in, 30 minutes max. I usually try to spend more time. My goal this week is to send out 100 invites to invite them to the event that we have going on next week in Utah. So 100 invites, like Facebook invites, I call people or that kind of stuff. That's probably just to get 5 people at my event. And so those are all income producing activities, because searching Facebook and all those other like fluff things like posting on Facebook, they're great and good, but if you're not specific, then it's not going to produce anything. And really what we're all here is to make money, which is a plus. A lot of people, like, it just kind of fell into their lap, but making money is always great and leaves you to be able to do the things that you actually want to do. So one of the things that they talked about is they have this, like, I think they're called acronyms. I don't know. It's called SMART SMART. And it goes SMART. And so these are for your goals. You need to have SMART goals, okay? And S stands for specific. And so you really need to be specific in what your goals are. They need to be measurable, so you need to actually have a time frame. So these are the goals that I have to get done today, or the end of the week, or in the month. And if you put like an actual measurable time, like a time frame on it, then you're more likely to complete those goals. Another really important, which is A, so S-M-A, A is attainable. So you don't want to put any like unrealistic goals like, I'm going to be emerald in 2 months. I mean, like, that's just not going to happen. And yeah, we should have dreams and push ourselves, but they have to be somewhat attainable. So I can say, I want to be senior gold in 2 months, which is super attainable. I mean, I'm close to that. And so you need to have goals on, for each time. I guess R is realistic, which is very similar to attainable. Make sure you're picking realistic goals and not something that's totally hard. And then time bound. So you need to put an expiration, like, I will get all this done by this day. Now, if you don't reach that goal, you need to reevaluate. Now, why didn't I reach that goal? Did I not put enough time in? What did I do wrong? Or what can I do better to actually get the goals that I have? So I love this saying, successful people do consistently what other people do occasionally. So successful people do consistently what other people do occasionally. So if you're just doing this occasionally, really, you have to do it consistently to be successful. And that's actually when you think about taking your Plexus products. If people only take it occasionally, they aren't going to be successful with Plexus. If they're consistent, you will be successful and you will reach your goals. I have no doubt that each and one of you can reach your goals if you just, just be consistent. So another thing they talk about is making your Franks list. I know you guys have heard this. Super, super important. Franks list, friends. So it's a list of everyone that you know. Your Franks list. So F, friends. R, relatives. A, acquaintances. N, neighbors. K, I don't know what K is. Anyways, you get the idea. It's just a list of everyone that you know. So another thing, you need to make that list, and that can be part of your list that you use for your 531. 5 people, and you need to be writing down those people that you're talking to, so then you can go back and be like, okay, I need 3 people to follow up. And did you know that you you need to follow up 8 to 10 times before someone's going to actually give you an answer. And I have people still 8 months down the road that are joining Plexus or, you know, becoming customers and stuff that I contacted when I first started back in October. So the biggest thing is once you have a team, so I'm moving on. The biggest thing is once you have a team, you need to start following up how to share and teaching your people how to share and how to follow up. Some ideas is you can add them to the Wellness Warriors, add them to groups, send them Facebook, add them to the Facebook groups, show them the videos, tell them about YouTube, teach them how to do a sip and see, you know, do one for them, show them how to do it. There's also welcome calls, team calls, things like that. Get them involved because if people don't know, or the success kit, oh my gosh, the success kit is huge and will be amazing. And if you go over that success kit with all your ambassadors, it'll be great. I didn't have that when I started. I didn't get it until a couple months after they came out, February, March, maybe March, April. And so I wish I would have had it at the beginning because it would have been so much more smoother. And I was actually really successful without it. But I'm just saying, if I would have had it, I mean, I would have been even more successful. So I love the saying also, people don't buy what you do, they buy your why. So if you guys don't have your why written down, then that's going to be huge. You need to figure out why you're doing Plexus, and it's going to change. My first why was I wanted to take the products, I wanted to get healthy. Now my why is completely different. I do Plexus because for the financial reason. Because it has already helped me, and I also do it because it's helped so many other people. So my why is completely changed over the time, and it's only been, 7, 8 months. Another thing that they talk about is coming out of your comfort zone. Now that's a huge thing, and it has taken me literally almost 6 to 7 months to feel completely confident with Plexus. And I think it's just a fear that we have, that we worry about what people think. And I like to say, oh, I don't care what people think, but really we do. It makes us, we don't like people not to like us or unfriend us, but when you really sit down and think about it, if they're your true friend or someone that you really care about, they're not going to unfriend you for trying to make your life better, trying to make your health better. So be honest, be open, and try to push past that comfort zone, because really that fear, it can be so debilitating, but really if they, like I said, if they unfriend you or if they stop being your friends, they're not your friends anyways. If they really cared about you, they wouldn't do that to you. So think about that. So when you teach people how to share, they talk a lot about teaching people how to do social media. Now that's going to be a huge thing that you really want to teach them. It's really easy. You need to teach them to have a coming out post. You just need to take the fear out of it and tell them how easy it is. A lot of people get nervous at the beginning about having well, I don't have any results yet, so I feel really nervous about sharing. And you just need to tell them that you don't have to tell people that it works. Just tell people what you're doing. Just be honest with people and tell them your journey, because that's what worked for me. And people just want to see how you're going. So, be honest. You don't have to tell everyone every single little bad thing or great thing or nitpicky thing about Plexus. Just be open and honest on what you're feeling. We do actually have some coming out posts in our Wellness Warriors. So if you guys haven't had a coming out post, you need to have one. Also, in smart sharing on social media, make sure, if you're not already doing this, make sure you're not copying and pasting already Facebook posts. You need to be copying and pasting. You don't want to be sharing. And I think most of you guys already have that under control. So another thing that you really need to do with sharing and teaching people how to share is you really need to, I'm not sure if I lost this, sorry, is build belief in your ambassadors. You need to make sure that you're a product of the product and you need to have a belief in the product. So if you're having any issues with the products, call me. Let me help you troubleshoot, because really, I truly believe that unless you have like an allergy to one of the ingredients, all these products can really work for you. Or, you know, maybe if you have an interaction with your medication, that's a little bit different. But like our basic health products, you know, the Triplex, the Mega X, that kind of stuff, I really truly think it can help everybody. Like I said, unless they have a reaction to one of the ingredients. So if you're having any issues with any of those products, you need to call me ASAP so we can troubleshoot to make sure that we get these products working for you. Now, if you guys are, you know, if weight loss is your, you know, your main goal and you're not losing weight, like call me. We need to find out what's going on, because sometimes it's not the products. And I hate to be honest here, but sometimes it's like our eating habits or we're not exercising. And it's just the truth of it, you know. Unfortunately, some people think that you can take Plexus products and just lose tons of weight, but that's just not the case. We really have to have healthy eating habits and have this healthy, try to live a healthy lifestyle. Not only is it just, you know, good in general, it'll help with the products too. One of the things that I thought was pretty cool is that gold is really just the top 2% of the company, which shows you that not everyone, that a lot of people just join for the products, but that it's not easy to get to gold. So it's a huge accomplishment. It's not hard, but you can do it. The next thing that I'm gonna kind of move on. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is time management, and I have a huge issue with this one because I get so distracted so easy. It's hard being a mom and having kids. I like the saying, if you do not rule your time, it will rule you. So if you don't have a plan of action during the time frame that you have, it'll completely run away from you. I mean, who else has had that problem where they've gotten to Facebook or they get into like, oh, I'm going to post something about Plexus. I'm going to do Plexus, and they get on Facebook and it's a half an hour, 45 minutes, and you're like, oh my gosh, I just searched or got into this conversation and you didn't get any Plexus stuff done. You need to prioritize and have good time management. So they recommend time blocking. This is what I just started doing. So to every day or between 2 and 3:30 when my baby's taking a nap, I have my boys have quiet time, and that's when I do my Plexus stuff. Honestly, guys, time wasters. I get sucked into these. Instagram, Facebook, unless you're posting on Plexus, TV, I mean, you know, doing things that are just time wasters. We need to get those out of our life. I know it's hard and we like to do them, but there's a lot of them out there, and I get sucked in it too. And really, like, if you have dreams and you want to reach those goals, you have to get rid of those. You need to prioritize your things, like what's most important, what you need to get done. That 5-3-1, if that's most important, you need to do that the first thing on your list. So it's funny that they say this. So multitasking is a myth, and us women think that we can multitask, but really it's just a myth. Because if you try to, you know, play with your kids and do your Plexus business, one of those things are going to lack. So whether it's your Plexus business or your kids' attention, like really something's going to fall through the cracks. So if you choose to multitask during your Plexus business, you need to choose mindless tasks, such as, and I can never think of anything. So, like, I don't have very many mindless tasks because I'd like to think I'm a good multitasker, but I'm not. So I would say like folding laundry, or, I don't know, maybe doing the dishes. I don't know. Something that takes no brain cells to do, you can do your Plexus business. Like you can listen to training while you're folding laundry, or, you know, direct commuting somewhere, you can, you know, listen to stuff. But really, if you can time block, you know, a certain amount of time, if you could just give an hour a day, you could be successful at Plexus. You can use also the nooks and crannies of your day. Just find that time. We already talked about the 5-3-1, so I'm not going to go back over that. Another really important thing with that 5-3-1 is to do personal development. This is something that I'm going to be working on this week, is leadership, because as you can see, I'm horrible at it and I need to be better. So I'm going to be devoting that time and posting on social media. The way that you're going to be successful in Plexus is really, and this is why I'm really trying to do this and help you guys, is really train people underneath you to be self-sufficient. If I can train you guys to do the things that you need to do to be successful, and I train you to train people to do that, we can all be self-sufficient and everyone be trained enough to, be successful. So, if I'm successful, you're successful, I'm successful. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's like this vicious cycle. If I can teach you guys how to post, properly, and teach your people to post properly, it'll be like this. And you teach your people to post properly, you won't have to be teaching every, you're going to get to a point where your team's going to be ginormous and you're just not going to be able to train everyone. So we need to teach people to teach people to teach people. Does that make sense? You also need to show them where to find the answers. That's going to be huge for you. At the beginning, I didn't do this. Instead, I found all the answers. But if you can teach people where to find answers, then they're not necessarily coming to you. If you want them to come to you, that's fine. But they need to learn how to find their own answers, and they need to teach people how to find it, because we really don't have time to. I don't know if you, but like if I need an answer and I have to message my upline, like it takes a couple hours. Now, if I could just go on there and find the answer myself in 5 minutes, how much less time waster is that for me and for, my upline? Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this was the coolest thing that I learned. So there is something that you can do, and I don't know how to do it on Androids, but there's some time things that can help you do things a lot quicker. You can set some keyboard shortcuts on your iPhone, so when you write a word, it'll have this automatic long old thing that you can send to people. So if you have someone that texts you I want some Plexus information, you could have this long old thing, and all you'd have to do is type in Plexus info, and it would write this big old paragraph that we'll send to somebody. And you only have to do it once. So I actually haven't done this yet, but if anyone wants to learn more with me, I haven't figured it out yet, but they're called keyboard shortcuts, and you can put them on your phone. They're awesome, and I'm going to do it ASAP. So if anyone wants more information on that, I can go over that and figure out how it actually works. Also, they talked about the Notes app. I use that all the time, where I have little blurbs. My popular one that I have is 3 ways to buy, and I probably send that. I send it so many times. They have also, there's also templates in the email folder, so you can use that to send your automatic messages to your ambassadors, or if anyone wants any information too. That's a great way. But really, you need to get them on the phone. That's 3-way calls. That's more successful. And then also, there are some automatic Facebook posting for you. And I use Buffer. I haven't tried. There's also 2 others called CinchShare and TinyTouch, and they are great for automatic posting. I do that once a week, and then it posts for my whole week. So also someone brought up this idea, which I thought was kind of cool. You can create a secret group that you're just in and save posts automatically in it. And but they also, you could do it that way, but they also have. So let me just go over that secret group. So if you had a secret group, it would just be you in the group, and what you would do is you would share posts that you like to that secret group, so then you could go back and look at it and repost them on Facebook. But there's kind of a better way that I've learned recently, and that's saving posts. So that's what I do. If I see a post that I like, I just go, and then the top right corner, you click on it, and then there's a save, and you can save the post. And then when you go back into Facebook on, I think it's the left-hand side, you'll see the word that says saved, and you click on that, and it'll show a list of all your saved posts. I do it all the time. And then when I need posts, I go back through and I post it, then I just delete it from that file. But if you want to post for like a long time ago, like if you wanted to save just information that was, you could just keep it saved in there or use that secret group. Those are both great ideas. So there's 2 ways it says how to prevent your cup from running dry. So what you'll know is like some people that you'll get will do plexus and it just, people will fall off. Either they're not committed or they're not ready or what. And so here's some things that they said. They said grow yourself or go. Practice steps to raising your lid. And then it says grow relationships. So you can become a rock star, influential, humble, visionary. Like, it's just kind of, those are just things that can make you not only just like great in plexus, it can just make you a better person. You grow yourself and grow your relationships. Like, what else? I mean, those are great characteristics to have just in life. Some of the things that they tell you, so do's and don'ts. Don't focus on others. Do focus on others. Don't focus on yourself. Sorry. So take the focus off yourself and focus on them and find out what people really need. So a smart way of doing that is you'll see people complaining about being tired, comment about them, and then later in a couple days say, I saw that you were complaining about being tired. I started taking Plexus, this Plexus Slim. It regulates your blood sugar. It really helps with being tired, and it's really helping me with my energy. I don't feel like I need naps anymore, things like that. That's great. Look for what people need. A lot of times, the relationships that you build, they'll tell you what you need. So if you really just don't talk and just listen, which I kind of have an issue with. I like to talk, I'm sorry. But you really just need to listen and find out what people really need. And you'll be surprised what people will tell you. Another, you need to expand your network, meet new people, go to mom and me groups, like find a different hobby. If you're getting complacent, like you're like, okay, my network is just like, no one's listening, like expand your network, like meet new people, go out and do different things, find groups. You should be constantly adding people to your friends list. Do get out of your comfort zone. And then you do need to present your opportunity and products to everyone. So I know it's like sometimes it can be really scary, but you don't know what people need. So don't judge them. You never know. You might meet someone that really needs this. And then, all right. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just, so I think this is like a big issue, is how to motivate your team to duplicate and to become gold and senior gold. That's something that we talked about. And one of the things that they say, it's easy to go gold by yourself, but you need strong positions in order to go senior gold. It's pretty much impossible to do it by yourself. So you need to find people who want it just like you. So you need to teach your leaders how to share, belief in the company and the products, always be passionate. You need to be going to every meetings. You need to be reliable and reachable and be able to be there if your team needs it. These are all qualities for a gold and senior gold ambassador. How to keep a team engaged. They say have a team page. I'm trying that and I need to be better at that. Create a positive team culture. I was hoping to maybe start Zoom meetings and trainings. They say establish an IPA group. So IPA stands for income producing activities. So, I mean, we could maybe try to do a group like that. I think that's like the Mighty Motivators. What I was really kind of working on is people that are interested in doing income producing activities and being accountable for each other. Find a power partner. This is someone that doesn't necessarily have to be on your team, but finding someone that wants it just as much as you and motivates you to want to work. So they have this book called Follow Books called GoPro, which I just started reading, and they actually have things that you do at the end of it. And so I was thinking maybe we can maybe do a book club with that, and if whoever wants to read it, we can talk about, each chapter, do it every couple days and what we've done to do some of the things that I said. I just started reading it, but I definitely wouldn't mind going back over and doing some of the things because I just read it instead of actually did it. And a big thing is how to run with your runners. Runners are people that are loving the products and are growing their business like crazy. You need to identify them. It says respect your entire downline, which I'm not really sure what that means. Sorry. And the biggest thing is actions speak louder than words. So you'll have people that say, "Oh, I'm gonna do crazy. I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna totally like rock it." But then they say that, and then they never share. You'll have that. I've had that. It happens all the time. So you need to be able to identify the people and watch the people actually doing the work and run with those people. And pour your efforts into the people that actually do the actions. So not the people that say they're going to do it, but the people that actually do it. So a couple things that they talked about is so that's kind of what they talked about, the goal training. Sorry, I went over it kind of quick. If you have any questions, write it down in the comments. We can talk about it. They talked about the Consistency Club, and I thought that was actually pretty sweet. Another cool thing that they are going to be doing is they are starting this program. It's kind of like a program. It's like Success, I think, on Demand. I think that's what they call. That magazine that they have that's called Success. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. But anyways, what they're going to do is, and I don't know when they're pulling this out, but they are giving us access to all the Success magazines and like articles and all that kind of stuff that just like motivate you, help you become a better leader, help you just business in general. It's not Plexus related. It's just like straight up business, like self-help, growth, that kind of stuff. But not only those Success magazines, they're going to give you access to like all the self-help leadership books, not Plexus related, all the ones that they tell you to read, that if you are wanting to be a leader, a good person, like in general, that kind of stuff to help with your business, we're going to get access to that for free, which is super cool. I'm like really excited for them to come out because my next book I'm going to be purchasing is John Maxwell's. It's like he has like a bunch of leadership books, but it's one of his books. But we're going to have access to all of John Maxwell's books for free. And that just comes with your Plexus access to it. So that was the goal training. I might do another video. Sorry, it's so long. It's like 40 minutes. Sorry. Talk about some of the other just like motivational quotes that I thought were pretty cool. But that was like the goal training. It was like so awesome and mind blowing because I was already doing some of the stuff that they were saying, but just kind of reassuring that this really isn't hard to do. It just takes time and effort. And those are things that I have and I can give, and you could be successful in this business, which is amazing. Like, you don't have to carry inventory. You don't have to do like a million things. If you could just do this in the nooks and crannies of your day, you can actually be really successful. So I would love to hear your feedback. And love to, if you guys have any questions, I'll answer them, either if it's short in the messages or just, another video. But I hope this helps, and I'm really loving you guys and glad that we're on a team together, and let's work hard together because seriously, Plexus is such a blessing. So we'll see you later.